The big game is fast approaching, but wait, you still haven't got your tickets. You've spent hours searching, but you're still confused about ticket prices. Time to stop searching. Visit ticketcompare.com. We compare ticket prices for all the popular leagues and tournaments for you. We work only with the most trustworthy sites, so you can have peace of mind when buying your tickets. Compare prices, buy tickets, get to the game. Ticketcompare.com. Buying tickets made simple.
Of course, I thought we had a game plan. We worked really hard on it, and I thought, you know, the plan was to stay in the game first and foremost. And you know, after watching on Thursday night with West Ham doing something a little bit similar and camping in, we knew it was going to be important to do our jobs in our final third more than anything. And I thought half time, obviously with the Jimmy Abdou shot against the bar, I thought that we'd cope with that really.
You must have thought that after you shot, we probably all thought it was going in, you must have thought it was going to go over the line.
Yeah, at the time, you know, it was quite exciting. I think the most exciting thing was when our fans went nuts when we got our first corner. That was like scoring a goal. That did make me chuckle. Yeah, we had a game plan, and you know, we knew we had to defend in numbers, and we knew that they press well when we regained the ball. So we kind of tried to play forward and run forward quickly when we won the ball back. It was the only way we was going to be able to gain some territorial advantage. And we did it in little spurts, but the boys were tired from the work they had to put in without the ball. So it was in short supply, and you're just hoping for them moments, a set piece, you know, the shot Jimmy had, you're hoping for them. But you know, I said to him at half-time, I did have a little bit of a joke with the boys. I said, just as well done, just as you're getting tired, he's going to bring Ericsson, Ali and Son on. And they did laugh, and that's what happened. But credit to Mauricio, because he changed their shape slightly, and all of a sudden we was more stretched than before. So, you know, that was tactically good from him at a time when we was tired. We just, you know, I think that was the bit that broke us.
Were you and your players actually pleased that Harry Kane was playing? As difficult as it makes it, you want to have a day and put yourselves up against each other?
I think I had this question asked me when we played Liverpool 3 years ago, and they said, you know, would you like Steven Gerrard to play? And I said I don't mind, and he ended up scoring 2 and knocking us out. So when people have asked, I think it's great to pit yourself against the best, and for our defenders to learn about his movement and his quality and stuff like that. But you know, you do stand more of a chance when he's not. So they'd have probably been glad, but I'd have rather he didn't.
What do you think? I mean, he kept you quiet for an hour, but what is it about him that makes him so difficult to play against?
Well, I think in the first half, because they played 2 up, they played a little bit of a diamond in the first half, and they played 2 up, so we coped with it. And in the end, he was getting a little bit frustrated. He was dropping a little bit deeper, trying to get on the ball, and you know, we had bodies in our way, and we coped with it well. But when he took off the other centre forward, Llorente, and left him up, and they played with a bit more width, so all of a sudden, Son and Lamela were wider, and they started doubling up with us down the sides, and that's where we just started to get a bit stretched. And then obviously the more stretched you get wider, the more space there is central, and that was the key. And you know, if they're going to get balls in the box, there's no one better.
You mentioned the supporters having a laugh at the corner there. It also didn't go unnoticed that they had a former MK Dons player in Neal Ardley then, so they enjoyed themselves today. How proud were you to see that sizable turnout?
Yeah, brilliant. It's you know, it's little landmarks. People ask what this game meant to us. You know, in the context of our season, it wasn't going to mean a lot. You know, we didn't really believe we were going to go and win the FA Cup, but we'd got to the 3rd round. We got a great draw, a great occasion. So in the context of our history, it's great. You know, we played Spurs at Wembley, another visit 2 years on from winning the playoffs. So, and my main fear was that we did them proud. We needed to come away with them, you know, saying, wow, what a great effort from the boys. And I feel like we've done that. And, you know, it was always my intention now to say this game doesn't affect the rest of our season. We use it as a great occasion, but it doesn't affect the rest of our season. And like I say, I thought our fans were brilliant today. It was a real buzz about the atmosphere.
Given that it's at Wembley Stadium, did it feel like a cup final at times? Did it feel like, you know, one of those occasions where, you know, you're kind of pinching yourself that you're one of the biggest stadiums in the world?
It's far too cold to be a cup final. They're normally in the summer. No, not really. I mean, there was a big difference in the feeling for the playoff final 2 years ago and this game here. It felt like what it was, although it was a wonderful day and it was at Wembley. I think in the build-up at times, you know, when you're playing at Wembley, it's normally is a cup final and you have people are looking at tickets and how many you get. So you had to keep remembering that we were an away team going to visit a team in a third round of the cup. So I think that bit of it was difficult because it's Wembley. But actually on the day, no, it was a third round tie and we was just trying to do the best we could. And like I say, I thought probably for an hour we did that really well. That's great. And I said in the build-up, we've got many world-class managers now over here, and he's probably one of the best, I think, in the way he handles the press, the way he talks, his honesty, the way he is with his players. He's probably the one I most liken myself to and admire in that respect. So it's great to put yourself up against these people. It was good because for 3 or 4 days I studied the philosophy that they play, not knowing what team we were going to play against. It was more about coping with their philosophy. So it was great to see the sort of things they do that make them so successful. Because when you watch a game of football, we watch it as fans at home and you don't quite see why they're so good. When you study it because you've got to come up against them, you start going, oh wow, they hurt you from so many different ways. And it was interesting for me to try and coach for 3 days to set a team up to deal with it. And again, for an hour, we were almost foot perfect.
And when you saw the team sheet come out, were you a bit surprised, or was it as you expected?
I was very surprised. I will be having a word with him when we get in there about taking it too serious. I was surprised. It was like, oh wow. He's playing. I think my assistant took the team sheet in, and when he saw Harry Kane walking in, he thought this has got to be a wind-up. He can't be playing. But as I say, great credit. They train hard, Spurs. They're fit boys, and he obviously believed this was the team he needed. And the fact that he's had to make some substitutions and change the shape to finally get on top of us is something that tactically was quite good. Well, I just tried to use this game as a one-off. So we trained for 3 days, and I just said to the boys there, I knew what my team talk was going to be after, no matter what. We've had a nice buzz about the place in the build-up to this game, and our form's been very good. It's got to continue. You know, we need a certain amount of points from our last 21 games, and we've got a reasonably important game next week against a team further up north, and we have to try and regain our focus really quickly. And we obviously spent a lot of time without the ball today, so it's a case of getting the legs right and getting the minds right. And not easy, but it's too important not to.
We're in the January transfer window. We've got an opportunity to maybe look at bringing players in, making changes. Are there any indications that Wimbledon will be active in the market?
Yeah, we need. We lost Kwesi Appiah early in the season, who was a big signing for us, and looks like he's going to need an op now. We've had him out for 15 weeks. He's probably going to be out for nearly the rest of the season. So we've been going on 2 strikers all season, which isn't ideal. We're used to having 4. So we definitely need to be active in that respect to give us better options going forward. Lighten the load on Lyle and Cody. So that's where we'll be. But I don't think there'll be any money spent on any of them. I think there'll be free transfers, unfortunately. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you.